So, I reckon it's time for a late night unboxing session. So, for anyone who has been living under a rock or maybe not paying as much attention as they should to this channel and the surrounding content, I've been playing quite a bit of The Walking Dead All Out War, the game, with Annie, who is my housemate, for anyone who's not been keeping that. And she's been getting really into it and decided, you know what, let's buy everything. Now, I don't think she actually bought everything. A very large amount of it appeared in the house. And I thought, you know what, that's a spicy, juicy, succulent opportunity. Some red hot sizzling unboxing content. And that's the kind of thing YouTube loves. So, why don't we crack them open, box by box, each one more tender and succulent than the last, with any luck. And if nobody watches this, I can always just delete it afterwards. No one will be any the wiser. So, here we go. In the base game, you get a couple of known characters, and then you get a load of chumps, and you get some zombies. And it seems like the way that each of these little booster boxes goes is that you'll get one known character, one chump character, who's not that well known, and a unique zombie, which is quite a selling point for me. Because having different zombies is always plus. You don't want to be doubling up on them. So, first one we're going to crack it is Laurie. So, let's dive into this one, shall we? And you get some cards as well in each one. So, let's see how many cards. You get cards for the two characters that you'll find in there with their various stats on. You also get some equipment, and they used up an entire card for a mantic point. Can't argue with that. Knife, pepper spray, first aid kit, Rick's hatchet. You know what? The Rick model in the main game has a hatchet. And I thought it was weird that his hatchet wasn't actually a piece of equipment you could use in the main game. So, yeah, it comes in this one. So the unique zombie in this particular set is a bit of a torso. Where's the optimal spot for you being able to see all this? That'll do. It's got no legs is what I'm telling you here. Next we've got Craig, who is a character I've never heard of, so maybe he was big in the comics, maybe he wasn't. Either way, got a knife. Let's lie them down so you can have. Then we've got Laurie. Don't know if her role in the comics is any different from the TV series. I'm not even sure how much I should be talking about the characters on this thing. Because I'm sure there are some people out there who plan to finish watching the TV series and haven't done so yet. So they don't know which characters are alive, which ones are dead, which one turned into zombies, which ones maybe turned evil, lost limbs, lost an eye, all the good stuff. And I don't know if that differs greatly from the comics or not. Another card for Carl. Even come in the box. Maybe this is just the card you can get. It's slightly more potent. His stats do look better on this one, actually. So yeah, there are different versions of the same character that you get, and charts their progress through their adventures. So you'll be able to get basic Rick. There's Rick on a horse. There's like, I can't remember what he's called now, but there's like beaten up, missing a limb Rick, I think. Great, nice minis. I'd love to watch it, but it's literally past midnight. Yes, I'm aware of that. It's a late night unboxing, only for the cool kids. Not cool enough, I guess you just have to go to bed. So, there's one down. Only many more to go, don't worry. more than one or two. So, oh, here's a spicy one. Let's open the dice, because you do get dice in the game, but obviously in these turbulent pandemic times, you don't just want to be living with one set of dice. That's not quite suicide, but it's a little bit crazy. And the gigantic box for that. I guess they just have a standard box size and they dare not go any smaller for Walking Dead products. So there's the dice. And in fact, they don't even really... Okay, they just about fit. Let them off with that. But another set of dice, because main thing, the red dice, you think, well, there's a lot of those, you won't be needing more of them, but when you get surrounded by 5 or 6 zombies, then the red dice do total up pretty fast, so you want more of them. You only get 1 blue in the base game, so it's handy to get a second one. And these are the ones as well, just so you're not all having to handle the same dice. Can't go wrong there. Avoiding everyone's terrible COVID juices. Next, let's have Shade. He's a controversial character. Let's see what we've got in here. So, a load of cards again. Got his card. Card for Reggie, who I've never heard of, so I assume he's something in the comics. I guess there's probably quite a few characters who were a big deal in the comics, and in the TV series they're either not in it at all, or they were just killed off ceremoniously. Shotgun, cycle, pistol, add to all the ones in the main game, a police jacket. But the main game doesn't come with much equipment, so the games do get pretty repetitive rapidly, if that's all you're using, but of course it is designed for you to add all these boosters to it. So, zombie here. I think this is actually Zombie Sheen. Let's see. Let's compare it to him. I believe that's what. Yep, definitely looks like the same guy, except without his hat. As you know, when you turn into a zombie, the first thing that happens is you lose your hat. Cool. And then we've got Reggie, who I've never heard of, so I assume he's not a very important character. They give you 1 important character per box, of course. There's him. Hope you're enjoying all this wonderful blurry content I'm providing you. But obviously they're unpainted, so wonder if when I've laid all the miniatures out, I could get the camera here and get a look. Don't know whether that would work. You'll find out in a minute. Next, let's try Andrew. You know what? Let's get the camera down here now. So, how will it go before it pulls the light down? So I don't think this is well lit enough, so I'm going to bring the light down to human level here. And how's that? You can see them pretty well now, can't you? Even though I'm using both my hands to hold this setup, that's not going to last. So let's lift the camera back up there, like so. Okay, let's open Andrea, another controversial character. By controversial, I mean in the TV series, lots of people hate her. We've got some more cards. I think this is actually a better spot than Amy, which I believe is her sister. Ammo, reload, bandages, another pistol, speed. So nothing too exciting equipment in this one. Who is the unique zombie? Looks a bearded guy with his intestines hanging out and a finger missing, actually. Is that better view The light being up here, that's the question. I don't know, maybe that's a bit more even, isn't it? More even lighting. This is very much fly. So then we've got Hume. Skilled sharpshooter with a pistol there. So, she's 4 points more than her sister. I say 4 points more, I meant 4 times the points. So, oh, we've got 4 people viewing now. That is exciting territory. Okay, and why not for this kind of sizzling late night guerrilla style content? Okay, who is going next? See, actually, I'm pretty sure that Annie specifically told me not to mix up the cards so she can see what came with what. So, let's make sure they're all in the right. So there's a set. It's a set. This time, Egan. You'll notice lots of these other characters are kind of early Walking Dead characters. Obviously not this guy. Popped up quite late in the game. And look at this, this has already been opened. Pretty sure this is Annie's favourite character, so that would explain that. She wanted to have a sneak peek in here. Oh, this is different. See, well, he's got Andy in there, so this is obviously the top-notch box we've got here. Egan with 1 billion hit points and 1 billion dice for everything. He obviously kicks lots of butt. 70 points. Well, there he is. His infamous weapon. Get a card in there. Yeah, we do. Lucille. Egan only. That's a shame. Well, I suppose you don't have to follow that, do you? You want to arm, like, Carl with Lucille for a mission. Adrenaline. Revolver. Grenade. Interesting. I don't think I've seen a grenade in this game before. So yeah, we've only played about 3 games so far, but already the characters you get in the main game don't really give you that much variety. So adding all this stuff, I don't think we're going to be running out of variety anytime soon. There's Andy, so I'm sure I'll be giving him a try. He doesn't look very good in the portrait though. Looks terrified, nerve low. Well, this is clearly not based on me then. So there he is, and what's the unique zombie in here? We've got, oh, he's only armless. He's got 1 arm, this zombie. Somewhere around here is the optimal spot. Camera to see this. If this wasn't a last minute, late night, crazy, wild, unchained unboxing, then I could have got a better setup for this. But I think people appreciate this kind of seat of your pants content. So obviously Egan, the most exciting, most expensive by far character we've seen so far. What are we going to open next? Let's have Glenn. He looks like he doesn't have a weapon on him. Looks like he's just running, which I suppose is fairly consistent. Very fast, kind of sneaky character. Okay. What equipment have we got in this one? A backpack. I think that makes sense for him. Pitchfork. The other character in here does have a pitchfork. Tick point. Herschel's bag. And gory clothing. Ah, so it masks your scent, the gory clothing. Nice. So I assume the zombies won't come after you quite so much. And Glenn and Lacey. A bit pensive there. She's got a pitchfork. He doesn't seem to have anything, but he's running. And the unique zombie, this is one of my favourite ones actually, so I definitely wanted to get this guy. A bit on the large side, and quite terrifying. He looks like not only was he a large boy in life, but maybe he was floating in the water for a while and bloated up. Swollen cheeks. Very exciting there. Anyone who's watching this live, feel free to comment, so I don't just feel like I'm talking to myself for 45 minutes. Who's next? Let's have Ezekiel. Okay, in the TV series, I don't like this guy. I think he's a bit cheesy and takes away from some of the realism. But it's a zombie apocalypse, so how much realism can you really expect? But I think he's a bit too over the top and silly for my liking. And the fact that he has a tiger is a good illustration of that. Especially in the TV series where it's like a bad CG tiger. He is. And a zombie who's missing a hand. Okay. Let's have a look. Equipment. Crossbow. Nice. Allies. Interesting. It's not. It's just a little note to get there. Something that I don't know how to pronounce, but it's a stick. It's people. Makeshift body armor. Fresh meat. Okay. So there's Ezekiel, 56 points. He's pretty expensive. He better be good. And there's Shiva the tiger there. Zombie. I wonder if we can take Shiva without. See. Looks like it. But we don't know that for a fact. Okay. Push them out of the way. Next, we've got Morgan. This bad boy open. Okay, so there he is with an axe. He's got Dwayne. Don't remember a Dwayne. There's a zombie, and if the TV series is in any way consistent with the comics, then I would guess that this zombie is actually white. Shovel. Hatchet. Not Rick's hatchet, just a plain old hatchet. Springfield. 1803. Rifle scope. Interesting. So Dwayne looks not very tough. That is child. Only 3 wounds. Yes. It's not going to last long. Next. Walking Dead All Out War scenery game booster. So yeah, in the game you do get some scenery, but it's all very flat and cardboardy. So let's crack open this and look at this potentially beautiful 3D terrain that's going to take the presentation of our Left 4 Dead. Did I say Left 4 Dead? It's going to take the presentation of our Walking Dead all-out war games to the next level. If anyone's wondering why I might have had Left 4 Dead on the brain, I do have like 2,000 hours on that game series on Steam. So they've permanently been ingrained in my brain. Okay, go. Plastic's off. Box is open. Here it comes. And I'm not going to tell what colour it is because the light's shining on this bag, so we're going to have to open the hobby knife. Try not to cause any live hand wounds. Okay. It's a car. It's kind of grey looking. It's another car. So these cars will replace the cars that you get in the base game, which are just card, and make the games look much more exciting. Trucks there. Barricades. Various barricades and fences, which are a nice feature. Tyres propped up there. And then loads of little pieces. So what are these? Let's see. That piece of the car. Yes, because there's a big hole in the back of the car like that, so I would think that something... This piece seems to be the right size. That way. There you go. It's about right there. And some supplies, backpacks and whatnot. Ooh, running out of table space here because this is a lot of stuff. Okay, next. Let's have a look at some books next. So, Walking Dead All Out War is quite a small level game. You don't have many side, but Call to Arms, I believe, allows for larger scale battles. So you'll see more per side. So look, shots. Looks like there's a decent game to survive. More interesting. Yeah, look at that. That's definitely larger scale battle there. Now, obviously, I'm not going to read through all this now on camera to see that. And we haven't even played to death the smaller version yet, so it'll probably be a while before we get to that book. However, this one, Walking Dead All Out War Anthology, is additional content for Call to Arms and the Here's Negan board game that's coming up. So this has scenarios, it's got campaigns in it, it's got extra rules, it's got amendments to the rules. I'm very interested in a campaign system, definitely. The idea that you can continue a story with your characters, and if, for example, there's a limb that to continue through the campaign. Assume it's got like table and all that fun stuff. You're very interested in playing like a long-term battling for supremacy. So if the campaign system in here doesn't measure up to what I've got in mind, definitely conjure something else up myself as well. But it's quite a beefy tome, this. I'm sure I'll be wading through that, absorbing all its wisdom. But look at that, you can see Rick on the front cover, missing a hand there. Which I assume they didn't do on B. It's been inconvenient. Unless had one of the actors maybe lost a hand, life. I'm sure that could have been to the rule. He's losing. Okay, so there's a quick look at the books. Nothing too exciting yet. Okay, so we've got some cards here. To show you what they're for, I'm going to have to move this terrain out. drastically running out of space here. All the cars into a huge pile up slightly off screen there. No casual, because everyone in the car is already a zombie. Still in their seatbelt. Kinda ambush you when you're searching the cars for supplies. So, we've got this beast. This is a self-contained board game, but the pieces in it are compatible. The miniatures are compatible with the regular game. And these cards actually allow you to use the miniatures in this game in All Out War. So, and a lot of this stuff, I think this game and some of the books in particular were reduced price on the Mantic website. They might still be, actually, if you're interested. So that's why there was such a large batch of stuff purchased at this exact moment, because they had a bit of a sale on some of this. Okay, the box is off. So, a load of tokens. It's fairly similar to the ones you get in the main game, but not entirely the same. Don't have anything like that. I know what that does eventually. Punch boards to one side. And let's get the book out here. And as far as I'm aware, the way this game works is that you're a gang of essentially either aspiring baddies or people that have been otherwise enslaved by Lewis himself, and kind of vying for his attention by carrying out tasks. Go around as a gang of pretty much the evildoers and kick butt, gather supplies and whatnot, I assume. Seems like it's more of a, not necessarily dungeon crawl, but more of that kind of a game, I think, than the other ones, which are more competitive, essentially. Some cards. I assume these cards are purely for the board game, aren't compatible, because then you've got these cards that are sold separately to use the same characters in. So, reputation systems, I assume that's whether you're in Negan's good books or not. Gets too low, I don't know, maybe he'll burn your face off. He's known to do that. Some more dice in here as well, which is nice. Never have too many dice. Event cards, supply cards, which I assume are unique to this game and aren't useful for them, but it's another thing to play. And tiles. So, the tiles, I assume, would definitely be compatible with the main game if you want to play on an indoor area, or have an indoor area as part of your terrain setup. So, double-sided tiles, plenty going on here, so you could definitely get some use out of those. And then, what have we got down here? Before we get to the miniature bag, got some clips, probably for keeping track of stuff on your card. We've got the arrow, the tracker, and then we've got the miniatures. So the zombies, where are they? Oh, these are the zombies, the green ones. Okay, yeah, because it is a board game, so colour coding the zombies in green does kind of make sense. However, for anyone looking to buy this set, be aware that the zombies in here are the same as the zombies in the set. Just something to be aware of. But the boosters do come with unique zombies. They're always a good bet if you're looking to boost your zombie ranks. And if you do end up with duplicate zombies, you can always just paint, splatter them with blood, or they're zombies, so you could even convert them and hack more limbs off if you want. I'm going to open the bag with all the living humans in it now, because they're obviously the interesting part in here, since the zombies I've already seen before in a different product. So, emptying out the humans. That is a gigantic Lucille. Pretty sure that's the token that you pass back and forth for the first go at that turn, something like that. That is massive. Yeah, no way any of these miniatures could have. So there's the Negan in here. Where's the other version of him? Let's compare them. Him. So, swinging his weapon around in a different way slightly, and he's got his jacket on. This one, in the board game, he doesn't have his jacket. He has a sniper rifle on his shoulder. Seal is a bit bendy on this one, so I probably that a bit. Let's try and bend. Yeah. Then, who else do we have? Because I could actually open the cards, see precisely who is in here. Okay, here we go. So I want to get their names right, obviously. Okay, so Dwight, which one is he? Dwight. Apparently he's got a knife and a crossbow. Ah, so that'll be Dwight there. We've got Sherry. Knife and a handgun. That presumably is going to be Sherry then. Laura, knife and rifle. Probably that one then. And we Tara with just a knife, so that'll be her. And who's this final one? Is Here's to only have one eye. And only armed with a crowbar. Bit of an unfortunate soul there. Heading out into the apocalypse with only a crowbar. Walker reference card. Negan reference card. So this will be an interesting one to sink our zombie virus infected fangs into at some point. I don't know whether I'd even bother actually painting up the zombies for this one, since they're duplicates of the one done. Once everything else is done, maybe. I think all the survivors from the booster packs and probably from this game are going to first, because they're going to greatly enhance game experience for all that. Rather than the zombies, which, oops, knocked a bottle on the floor there. Rather than the zombies, which are, they will look different from each other, but they don't really add anything mechanically to the game. They're just zombies. They all have the same stats, the same way. Whereas each survivor is drastically different, costs a different amount, different equipment and stats. So I'm going to open this pack of cards for the characters that came in this game here. This is the cards that you get to use them in All Out War. So they come with some equipment as well. So, rifle, angle grinder, terrifying weapon there, and infected machete. Wow, okay, so that basically bites them the same way a zombie does. 18 points for a weapon, that's quite a lot for a close combat weapon. Faction rules for the saviors. Negan stats here. So this version of him is 70 points. How much was the other one? Also 70. I wonder if any of his stats are different in this version. Let's see. Yes, actually. So he's got different stats. Interesting. So let's see. Ah, nope, that was the call to arms cards. Okay, interesting. That gives you a bit of a let's compare them. Call to Arms apparently has different cards, like they don't have nerve value. There are some differences. This is the one. So 56 points. So this version of Negan is actually cheaper. And his stats still pretty good, but not as good. I'm going to get a cheaper version of him than the one from his own board game, using that in All Out War as an option. I do wonder at which point in the timeline to interesting. White budding lieutenant. John with a missing eye there, no idea who that is. Well, I think that's everything, but I'm going to look behind myself before I confirm that. Yeah, we've had a quick look at everything there. So, there are going to be some Walking Dead battle reports coming up soon, actually. I already took pictures of the first couple of games that we played, so they'll probably make their way battle report form to the internet fairly soon. And then obviously the battles will become more spicy than ever. We had all this 3D terrain in there as well, and have a zillion more characters and can start doing campaigns bigger, better, and spicier scenarios. So you can look forward to some juicy Walking Dead content coming up on this channel. And hopefully that was very informative and exciting for everybody. This late night unboxing bonanza, various pieces of the Walking Dead romantic games. And that's pretty much all I've got to say on the matter. Don't forget to, links in the description obviously, subscribe if for some ungodly reason you haven't already, and you should probably like this video if you want to see more Walking Dead content. Base the number of views and likes this video receives. Base my decision on how fast to push ahead with more channel based on no pressure. So that's that. Looking forward to sinking my painting fangs into all of this, starting with a lot of survivors. That, then who knows. Anyway, this was just a little spicy extra for people who are awake at night, or most of you probably watching it the next day. So let's say goodbye, I'm afraid. I know it's been a spicy, emotional, non-stop roller coaster ride of excitement of a journey. It's time to stop. Good night out there. And I just got up to 5 viewers just as I'm saying good night to everybody. That's a rocket in the... Okay, it's time to go. Good night out there. Whatever you are.